The main purpose of the SPCA is to find homes for unwanted animals, to investigate cruelty complaints, and also to do our best to educate the public as to how to take better care of their animals and how to cut down on the population growth of animals.
Any Basset puppies? No, ma'am, we sure don't.
It's estimated there's 10,000 unwanted animals born per hour, which is far more than there are people to take care of the animals to start with. Therefore, the people, they can't give all of them the individual care they need because there's too many. For some animals, there's no one. Most of the time when people bring their pet in, they just can't keep the animal. They can't afford to keep the animal. It's very sad. It's sad for us too, and there's lots of tears shed, you know. You can't help it. You cry with them. You cry right along with them. I have a little crippled mutt that I adopted from the SPCA, and I felt so sorry for it. And I couldn't give her up, and she's not worth anything really, but to anybody but me. So I know how they feel. You know, a lot of them are embarrassed. I just hand them a tissue and say, that's okay. We do a lot of crying around here too, you know. They come into the receiving office, and the person bringing the animal in fills out a form giving all information that they can about the animal, its age and breeding.
What was the father? Who knows? I don't know.
After that, it's tagged with a number that is also on the form they filled out.
Go ahead.
The animal then goes to the retention room where it is held until we check it over visually. We do everything that we can before we put them out for adoption.
Yeah. Got a tumor, haven't you?
I would say, estimate that approximately 50% of our animals are adopted, which may not sound real high to some people, but it is a very high percentage in comparison to the number of animals we get in. If you really love animals, naturally you want to see them all have a good home. We do try to give all of them a chance to find a home. Maybe the dog's been here for 2 or 3 months, and someone finally comes in and out of all the dogs back there, and they pick up this one, and even though I don't think it's the prettiest dog back there or the best dog back there, they adopt it and take it out and give it a good home. It's very easy to get attached to them. Extremely easy. If you love animals, you just can't help it. I had a husky go out, and when it left, I reached down and I kissed the dog, and I said, now you be real good. I'm so proud of you. And everybody in the shelter thought I was crazy, you know, because kissing a dog goodbye as it went out the door. And the little children that come in with their mothers and fathers and go back and pick out animals. It's very gratifying. There's a lot of happy moments too.
And you picked both of them out, didn't you? Got some sharp claws.
He sure does.
What are you going to name them?
Precious.
I'd say the happy moments far outweigh the sad. If an animal is very, very old, we feel like it would not adjust to a new home. If it's exceptionally temperamental or it's sick, we do put them to sleep in a very quick and humane manner. It's a very difficult decision to make. Sometimes, I don't know, you seem to get closer to one animal. Maybe because it's so ugly, it's cute to you, maybe to me, you know. And the animal finally has to be put to sleep. It's best just to turn your head and go into another room or something. You have to let it out. There's so many people that they can't understand why we cannot take every animal and keep them until they die of old age. We try to explain to them if they would have their animals spayed or neutered, it would help cut down the population explosion and we wouldn't have these unwanted animals. I said it's much better for the animal, if it's not going to be fed and treated right, it's much better for the animal to be put out of its misery instead of being wandering out on the highway, or they're out eating out of garbage cans and getting poisoned and die of poison, or they're breeding and making more animals to do the same thing. It's a never-ending problem until the people are educated and just flat have to have their animals spayed or neutered so that they don't bring more animals into the world. For everybody that works here loves animals, we have respect for life. There's so many people that say, well, a dog is a dog and a chicken is a chicken, and so what? They don't feel. I put animals in the same category as I do small children. Well, they're all helpless and they all have to depend on we who are capable to do anything that's done for them. And thank God we have a lot of good citizens in Dallas who feel the same way. Without them, we wouldn't be here. There are many people in the city of Dallas who believe the SPCA is supported by their tax money, but we are supported solely by donation from the public. Come in and help us. Don't fight us. Come in and help us.